I'm about 10 years into Alzheimer's, so you're going to have to stand with some of the mistakes I make when I'm studying. But okay, finally, after all those years, time came to come back to America. I'm getting a little bit tired of working as a meteorologist, any part of it. So, hey, how about going back to school, guys? Well, there was a meantime in the Air Force where there were no enlisted men being put into the job I held. Had no idea why, but this was during the advent of the implementation of jet aircraft. And so it was taking a new type of weatherman and all that. And they just didn't feel that enlisted men were smart enough. Well, in a way, unfortunately, I was something called, what is it? Come on, Buxton. Come on, old timers. It's a real smart bunch of people. There's a big committee that they have a yearly get together. Oh, come on. Well, anyway, if I was smart enough for that, they felt I was smart enough to become an officer. And without telling me that was the reason, simply told me that, hey guy, we're doing away with the particular rank we have. We're going to have to downgrade you. And I said goodbye. And it took just about that long. And so for 2 years I worked with Transworld Airlines as a programmer. Found out that their way of employment was hire, work for 1 year, fire for 1 year, hire for 1 year. No, they had to keep track of where their money went. So every other year they would cut their staff, and every other year they'd hire them back. And once again I had to say ta-ta. Went back to college, and that brought me to a college where I volunteered my services with the administrative staff there. And they laughed at that and paid me student wages. Fine. It helped a little bit because the government was helping even more. GI Bill it was called then. And one day, the fellow I worked for called me into his office. Short story, hey Buxton, we're opening a data processing department. You want to run it? I'm sitting there, did you say run it? Yes, we think you're quite capable of doing something like that. Well, I've got 3 questions. Well, 1, what's data processing? 2, where do I learn about it? And 3, how much are you going to pay me for it? And he thought it was nice of me to put it in that sequence. But they did. They sent me back to school, and so I got pretty healthy packing. That got me out of weather. One other thing that I find interesting today on the weather part of it, during the transfer to Naples, I often took a flight to a country in those days called Yugoslavia. And while there, I was never ever allowed to leave the aircraft. And it wasn't until years later that I found out, hey people, Yugoslavia is a closed country. We're not allowed in there. Twice a week we had a military flight flying into Yugoslavia. And about once a month I would get in on. But the sorts of things that the military get into that don't tell you anything about. But anyway, back to the United States. I am now in Phoenix, teaching at a little place called Phoenix College, which was the size of a country day school back then. And stayed with it while it grew until I retired someplace in the 90s. Pretty big school. We had, not we were a part of a community college system that when I left had 9 colleges. I joined it at one it was a part of a high school system, graduated when it was 9, and grin every time I think that I was the guy that set up the data processing courses and centers on each one of those campuses. I'll tell you, that makes me feel good.